Go.
Okay, I'm here with Kerwin. He's just given an amazing talk about SEO, and I'd just like to ask him some questions about setting up business. So,
No
Kerwin,
problem at all. Thank you for having me.
what are the first three things, or the top three things people should consider who have their own businesses or are considering starting their own businesses? What are the top three things they could do to make money straight away?
Look, I think for any business that's wanting to make money, the first three things that they should be looking at doing should be something marketing and sales related, because I'm assuming people who are starting the businesses, the people that this video is going to go out to, they've got products, they've got services, but they're just wanting to get that out to the general public and start making money. And the top three things that I would say is the first thing that everyone should be doing is they should be setting up strategic relationships within their industry or within their community or geographic area, which really relates to setting up joint ventures. Finding out where their clients are, who their clients are, and what other businesses already have those clients. Because if you can find other businesses that already have those clients, and you can strike up a relationship with those businesses that already have those clients, they can give you direct access to a pre-qualified market without you having to actually invest any money in advertising. And in essence, you're piggybacking off their advertising efforts, their marketing efforts, and getting direct access. And to do that effectively, it's always important to have a mutually beneficial arrangement. Whereas if someone gives you access to their market, you either do reciprocal promotion or you profit sharing. You do something where there is a lot of value for both people, not just the business wanting to be promoted. The second thing I'd suggest is really helping people suggesting that people get really clear on how to present their offers. Because one of the things that I see is there's no shortage of people selling stuff, but there's a dramatic shortage of people who know how to communicate what they do well. And one of the things that I teach people to do is actually sit down and get very clear on the specific words and phraseology and the language that you use when you present what it is that you do, when you present your offer, so that you're not just talking randomly about things that come into your head, so that you have a specific structure that you follow that number one gets people attention, number one builds, gets people interested in what you do, builds credibility, builds emotional urgency, and then gets them to take action. And then the third thing that I'd really encourage people to do is learn how to sell, because nothing happens until something gets sold. And sales is probably one of the most undervalued skills when it comes to business. And I cannot tell you how many small business people that I've met or had the conversations with, and they say, I need to make more money. And I say, okay, do you have a sales process? And they go, a sales process? No. What's a sales process? And it seems so obvious what a sales process is, but there's at least 50% or more of the population who have no idea what a sales process is, and if they do, they don't have one.
Okay, so where can someone find a sales process apart from coming to one of your
well, they can speak to you. That would be a good place to start. But one of the things a great mentor once said is success leaves clues. And with every skill that I've learned, I've never gone and typically learned it from a book. Although I have studied extensively, I've typically found people that are doing incredibly well in the areas that I want to master, and then I go to them and I find a value proposition where they'll teach me what it is that I want to know. Now, when I first started out, I didn't have any money, so the value proposition that I brought to people was really in terms of what value can I provide through my energy and services and other things on the peripheral versus money. And then as I've become more successful and the bank account's grown, I'm now lucky to be in a position where if I find an expert, I can go and offer them. A great example was in Las Vegas a few years ago, and I met an incredible stage mentalist. And I was lucky enough to get backstage, and I went back to him and I said, listen, I'd love for you to teach me this segment of content. And he goes, I get people ask me all the time. I said, well, I'm actually genuinely interested. I said, how much would it cost you to teach? He goes, $30,000. And I said, oh, who do I make the check out to? And he was like, do you know how many people I've said that to? And no one's actually come through with the goods. But that's been a process that has developed over time. But I don't take that for granted, and I don't lead with that, because one of the things that I do as a business person is I'm constantly looking at how can we create an exchange of value where everybody wins. And oftentimes people assume that the value exchange has to be financial. And oftentimes I've made the most money with relationships where there's been no financial exchange. It's just been a value exchange that's led to financial consequences of some sort for everybody.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that happens with us too.
Absolutely. Look forward to doing work with you.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thank you.